Imagine for a minute that you're tired of Warhammer. You're tired of their prices. You're tired of the way they handle business. You're looking for something that doesn't take 3 hours to play, and you only get 2 turns during the play. Hear me out. Imagine that there's a game out there that has a greater variety of models than Games Workshop has. That has solid play with free rules that anyone can download and look at. An app that allows you to build your army on your phone. That's free. And has tons of other tools. Oh, and they're coming out with their own TV show. Sounds great, right? Let's talk about it. So when I first started getting a little bit of momentum with this channel, I reached out to a bunch of different companies for a lot of different things, and a lot of them responded, which was really cool. And among those was the company Infinity. Okay, Infinity is run by Corvus Belli, which is based out of Spain. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little confusing when you look things up, but hopefully we kind of clarify and go through that. But anyway, when I reached out to them, I said, hey, I'd love to have some of your models that I can paint. And they sent me a couple. And so I actually just finished painting this guy, Wolfgang Amadeus. And it was a really fun model to paint. And as if it was fate, I got a notification the same day that I started painting it that was, hey, they're coming out with a TV show. Here's the trailer for it. And all this other stuff is going to drop this weekend at Gen Con. So I was just like, okay, this is too much. I've got to make a video. And so that's what this is. And so I want to talk about Infinity a little bit and what Infinity is. Infinity is a tabletop skirmish game. Now, I know at the beginning of this I was talking about something different from Warhammer that, would scratch that itch. This is not a war game. This is not, 75 units on the table. This is a skirmish game. This is more of like 15 to 30 units in an army. I mean, one of the things that they're famous for is that 15 units and you're done. You're good. You're on the table. Okay? But you're going to want more than that so you can change things out and, make your army a little more versatile. And one of the coolest things about these models is that they're futuristic. Think of like cyberpunk combined with like an anime aesthetic. It's interesting, but at the same time, it's really cool. And some of these models are absolutely amazing. When I reached out to them, they asked me what I wanted, and I was like, oh, I want one of the werewolf, models, because they have some that are really, really cool. And I got Wolfgang Amadeus, who was one of the newer werewolves, and so, that was really cool to get. And he's like mid-transition or something like that. But very cool. As far as like styles and things like that. They also have kind of the goofy stuff. It's not grimdark. So again, if grimdark is what you want, this might not be the thing for you. But guess what? They're constantly changing. They're constantly doing different things. You can paint them any way you want. They're coming out with a fantasy skirmish game right now called Warcrow that you might have been hearing a little bit about. And so, I mean, this company has a lot of things going for it. And like I was saying at the beginning of this is not a game where your turn, my turn, I'll just wait while you kill all my stuff. They utilize reaction mechanics. So when they do something to one of your character can react. You can, there's various different abilities and things like that can be used as reactions. And so it makes it so that it's not just you sit and you watch your units get destroyed. It's okay, but if you're going to do that, this is what's going to happen kind of thing, which I love. One of my favorite things about Magic the Gathering was the fact that there are instant spells. So, you can cast your spell and this is what I'm going to do. And of course, I could counter it, or I could kill your creature before that, or whatever. And so there was always that hidden but what are they going to do if I do this? And I loved that. I loved that about Magic, and I love that about this game as well. Okay, so say you're not sure you want to get into this, because buying a 15 unit army, you're gonna be at $150, which when you compare that to $1,000 is still very, very cheap. Okay, but say you don't want to do that. If you go to Steam or wherever else and download the Tabletop Simulator, okay, it's normally like $20 on Steam, but it goes on sale from time to time, so you can find it less than that. Anyway, all of the assets and things from Infinity are in the Tabletop Simulator, and there are people there playing pretty often. So if you want to get into this and play it, and just play it, you don't even have to buy the models. You can play it through Tabletop Simulator and kind of get a feel for it and try out the different armies, the different units and things like that, and then finally decide, oh, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to buy, this is where we go. And so I love that about that, about this. For $20, you can get into this, play it, have fun, experience it, and decide if you want to keep moving forward. So now, you might be thinking to yourself, little d, how do I get into this? Well, they've made it really easy. There's actually 2 different versions of Infinity, of this game. Okay, there's Code 1 and N4. Code 1 is basically like a dumbed down version of the game. It's a learn how to play the game, a little bit quicker, don't have to learn everything about it, get into the game quickly. Okay, and you can find Code 1 boxes, you can find Code 1 units, things like that. They're specifically meant to be played in this fashion. If the box doesn't say Code 1 on it, chances are it's an N4 unit, which means that they haven't specifically, showed you how to play it in this dumbed down way. Obviously there's ways to use it and things like that, but it's meant for N4, which is the full version of Infinity, the full version of the game where all of the characters have all of their abilities, all of their reactions, all of those things, and it's definitely a little more intense. So if you're wanting to get into this, Code 1's a great place to start. If you want to just go gun-ho with all the rules and everything, you can totally do that as well. But they have multiple boxes and things like that that you can buy. Their battle boxes, or they're called operations, are 2-player starter sets. It basically comes with 7 units of 2 different armies that you can play. It's got everything you need to play right out of the box. Okay, and there's various of those. There are expansions to those that will get you to the point where you have not just the 7 units, but the 15, the full army, so that you can play a full tournament style game. Okay, so you can buy the battle boxes, you can buy the expansions, and then as always you can buy singles, you can buy other groups of units as well. But they try to do a really good job of making it easy to get into. I hope that helps. I hope this kind of gets you as excited as it did for me the first time that I learned about this. And if you need some more incentive to check them out, their website's great. It's filled with information, it's filled with cool things, resources that you can use to create your armies. It even has cool displays of all painted units together as an army and group. And so if you ever want to go and just kind of look through the stuff that's there, you can. I mean, they've done a really, really good job. And if my dealings with them is any indication of how they are as a company, they're very good, And if you need another incentive, guess what? They're doing a painting competition right now. It's up in August 19th. So if you're up to do a painting competition that's all online, they've got some fantastic prizes, like 5,000 euro prizes. So check it out. Take a look. And like I said, they just dropped the trailer for the animated series that's coming out, and it looks amazing. So check that out as well. I'll put a link to it down below in the description with some other links that I think are interesting for them. But in honesty, it's a great game that's quick, that's fun, that's not just sitting around. And, sometimes painting a full army is kind of intimidating. Painting 15 units, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. In as little as 15 minutes, I made a video on that. 15 minutes a day. You can do it, I promise. And if you want to learn more about them, I hope to do more on Infinity. I hope to get me a battle box here soon and play with my son and kind of let you know how it goes. And so if you like that and you like anything that we're doing here, stick around. Like, comment below. Let us know what you think about Infinity if you've played it. And if you think it's garbage, tell me. I want to know. I want to know what your real thoughts are on this game and if it's worth looking into. So, let me know below. I respond to every comment that I get, and I love to hear from you. So, thank you for your time. And as always, don't spend so much time making your world, painting your world, that you forget to spend some time in it. Until next time.